We all shouted Happy New Year on the first day of 2020. We had no idea what was coming. Something that would change everything that has always seemed normal and make the familiar become strange. That was how we started the decade. With the world battling a new virus, there have been unexpected challenges that come with the global lockdowns, social distancing, and mask regulations. Of course, businesses have not been left out of this. You'll have to rethink those business ideas that you thought were cool before 2020, as these businesses will not boom in 2021. Let's discuss some of them. Nightclubs. If you were thinking of starting a nightclub in 2021, it's time to let go of this idea, as it has a high chance of failing. All thanks to two words: social distancing. Do you know what the typical nightclub is like? Bodies packed and sweating absolutely nothing like personal space. And this is sort of an arrangement that we can't have anymore due to the pandemic. We spent most of 2020 in quarantine and social distancing. The pandemic is far from over, and this is 2021, where everyone is even more careful of crowded spaces. Since it doesn't look like the pandemic will be over anytime soon, despite the vaccines being rolled out in different countries, the traditional nightclub won't be coming back to life in a long while. So if you decide to go ahead with this business idea, that's a recipe for disaster. Coffee shop. Quick question. Are parking spaces around your area as packed as they used to be? Most people answer no to this, and the reasons are quite obvious. With more people spending time at home, both for work and school, the demand for parking spaces has reduced. So apart from the fact that you shouldn't be thinking of creating parking applications until the pandemic is under control, you shouldn't also be starting a coffee shop. The number of caffeine lovers around the world has not reduced. Far from it. But now that the world is moving towards a work-from-home and study-from-home setting, most employees and students will rather have their daily dose of caffeine in the comfort of their own home. It would be somewhat ridiculous to head over to the coffee shop early in the morning for some caffeine and then walk all the way back home to get started with activities for the day. These are usually the major customers of coffee shops. A lot of them will see this as a way of saving at least $30 per week with home-brewed coffee. So, save up that money you would want to use to start a coffee shop and try out a better business idea that's 2021 proof. Limousine Rentals. A limousine rental will not boom in 2021 for several reasons. One of them is the fact that most people are occupied with trying to keep their businesses from crumbling. They're also spending as much as they can on basic necessities like groceries and rent. So the chances that anyone will be trying to rent a limousine at this time are quite low. Let's not forget the fact that the events that would require the use of a limousine have become completely virtual. So basically everyone is cooped up at home and attending parties right from their couch. Limousine and luxury is the last thing on a lot of minds. So this is one business that will not boom in 2021. Dog walking. Dog walking may have been a thriving business in 2019, but it's not anymore in 2021. This is doomed to fail because of the effects of the pandemic on how people relate to their pets. Let's break it down a little bit. Now, more than ever, most people are staying at home. Most big brands and even smaller businesses are making the shift towards remote work. What this means is the physical office building is slowly phasing out, at least until the pandemic is finally over. Since people are not as social as they were before 2020, they need something to fill in the gap. And what's more perfect than a pet? So when they need a good dose of fresh air or just a simple break from work for hours, dog walking will provide the needed relief. Now, most people prefer walking their pets themselves. Put the idea of a dog walking business or an application on hold for now, as it's not looking pretty with the current situation. Event management. A lot of destination weddings have been put on hold or postponed until at least there is a semblance of normalcy around the world. What this means is the market for events is not thriving. The tourism and hospitality industry as a whole took a huge hit from the pandemic. We have a new normal that doesn't allow personal interaction with people. Everyday people are optioning out of vacation travels and any time that won't encourage social distancing, apart from the fact that they can't travel as much to different parts of the world. People can also attend parties as much as they used to. So weddings, birthdays, even large family dinners seem like an extreme sports nowadays. Until this is over, event management businesses will not boom in 2021. Event management needs a decent amount of certainty at every stage. In a healthier climb, it involves making sure that all attendees have their travel plans sorted out, venues are booked well in advance, and every essential supplier may not be available by the time you're ready for the event. It's difficult enough getting things in place for an event without the pandemic, so imagine how difficult it is right now. It also is almost impossible to get cancellation insurance. With the huge hit that event management has gotten from the pandemic, it's safe to avoid any business ideas surrounding the tourism or hospitality industry until the dust settles. Social media marketing. Now, you may be wondering, isn't social media what everyone is turning to right now to grow their business and connect with their customers? Well, yes, it is, but people are not thinking a lot about marketing strategy right now, but how they can keep their businesses from failing. As a social media marketer, you may be using social media platforms like Facebook, Google AdWords, and Instagram to drive leads or traffic for businesses. However, for most businesses open, there is uncertainty surrounding them. We have seen millions of people lose their jobs due to the pandemic, so these businesses are not paying for social media marketing when they are putting every penny into paying for essentials. The businesses that are open are reassessing their strategies and minimizing costs as much as possible. No doubt about it, their advertising budget is one of the first things that will take a huge cut, and starting a social media marketing business is a wrong move for 2021. Dropshipping. Is dropshipping a bad business for 2021? Yes, it is. Most people dropship from websites like eBay and Amazon. However, in late 2020, Amazon had to limit some shipments in its fulfillment network. Here's how that works. With Amazon Business, owners can ship their products into Amazon's warehouses. So when someone places an order for your products, Amazon will pick them up and ship them to your customer's location. But in November 2020, Amazon started restricting some categories of products that they said people were sending a lot of into the warehouse. The fallout of this was that business owners who ran out of stock couldn't gain access to the warehousing and shipping services offered by Amazon. Space had been taken up by high-demand products like medical supplies. For those already familiar with fulfillment by Amazon, you know how affordable this is. But business owners had to go for the alternative. This means storing the products at home and then shipping them themselves to customers in different locations. Apart from the stress involved in this, there's extra costs, which would make a business run at a loss. It's nowhere near as easy as it is through Amazon, and lots of business owners were thrown off balance. This goes to show that dropshipping is out of the radar for now. It's almost as bad as starting an e-commerce business where you have to sell products from other brands. Most brands are moving towards marketing their own products available to the customers directly instead of sending them to retailers first. For example, Nike is planning to boycott Amazon in 2021 and would stop supplying to retailers in as little as 2 years. Knowing how big this brand is, it's only a matter of time before other companies latch on to this trend. There's no use starting a business at a disadvantage where you won't be able to compete with the big players and lose so much money by beating your prices down. This business idea won't boom in 2021. Most of us are tired of talking about the pandemic and its effects, but this is our reality now, and we have to understand that some businesses are not profitable anymore given our new normal. So it's best to be careful and stay away from bad business ideas, especially the ones on today's list. And that's a wrap. What business idea are you thinking of trying in 2021? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.